talking on the hall. A rather pretty girl, perhaps a year younger than us, walked through and smiled as she passed. "That is my sister," she said. "She was also born in Italy. She is, in fact, Italian." I didn't understand. How could she be Italian when his parents were Swiss? "Of course she is not really my sister," he said. "But we have been brought up together, and we think of each other as brother and sister. Let me tell you how it happened. One day, my parents were walking along the shore of one of the Italian lakes north of Milan, where they were living at that time. The day was warm, and feeling thirsty, It was a poor place, but even the poorest house in those parts could supply a little milk or wine. The farmer's wife took them into the kitchen, where they saw 5 little heads round the table with a cup of soup in front of each. But while 4 of the little heads were dark, the 5th was fair and looked quite different from the parents. My mother was curious and asked the woman about her. The woman told an interesting story. The child was not hers, but the daughter of a landowner in that place who had lost his life trying to free his country from an unjust government. As we stood talking in the hall, a rather pretty girl, perhaps a year younger than us, walked through and smiled as she passed. "That is my sister," he said. "She was also born in Italy. She is, in fact, Italian." I did not understand. How could she be Italian when his parents were Swiss? "Of course she is not really my sister," he said. "But we have been brought up together, and we think of each other as brother and sister. Let me tell you how it happened. One day, my parents were walking along the shore of one of the Italian lakes north of Milan, where they were living at that time. The day was warm, and feeling thirsty, they stopped at a small farm for something to drink. It was a poor place, but even the poorest house in those parts could supply a little milk or wine. My parents were interested in the story. My mother was not strong. It was not certain then that she would have another child. So, not having a daughter of her own, she asked the farmer and his wife if she could take the child and bring her up as her own. The farmer and his wife did not want to give her, but they knew that they could never offer her as much as my parents, who must have seemed very rich to them. So it was arranged, in the hope of the village authorities, that Elizabeth Lavenza, as she was called, became Frankenstein. He smiled. A pretty story, did it not? Like something from a book, I replied.